Om Shanti. Let's sit in Baba's remembrance first. Allow your body to be still and calm. Slowly, gently, move your attention to the real you. The being that is the master of this body. Sitting behind the eyes, I am the star. I am the being, the conscient energy that is the master of this body. I am this soul, this star of light. This is me. My form is the beautiful form of a star. I'm a still, peaceful and silent star. Just appreciate your stillness. You are sitting behind the eyes, unshakable and immovable, absolutely still, more still than anything still that you have ever seen. Right now I am silent. There is no sound in me, not even the sound of a thought. and I feel the peace within me. This peace is not something dry. It is like the soothing breeze, the cool, soothing breeze on a summer day. That is the quality of my peace. It is enriching, energizing. It is like the essence of life that is contained within me. Allow yourself to truly experience who you are. This still, silent, and peaceful point of light. Sit in this experience for some time. Om Shanti. So, I will read out the Murli a little today and then explain it. Baba in the Murli today says, "Sweet children, the biggest illness is body consciousness." Why does Baba call body consciousness the biggest illness? Because Baba says that is the root of all other illnesses. So, earlier when you used to go to the doctor would tell you and educate you about physical illnesses. But now that we have come to the Supreme Surgeon, Baba tells us about spiritual illness. We never thought that the soul is ill. So what is the illness that has got the soul? The illness is lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. These are the illnesses. But Baba says the biggest illness is body consciousness, because that is the root of all these 5 illnesses. And if you just look at any problem in the world, any problem because of which the soul is suffering, then you can pin down that problem to these 5 things: lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. These are the 5 illnesses that is responsible for the suffering of the soul. And every soul is suffering because of these 5 things. And today Baba says that the root of all of these 5 ailments is body consciousness. And that is why Baba says that this is the biggest illness. Now, what is body consciousness? Now we have understood this time and again, but again I will probably, you have heard this example before, but I will again explain this with a very simple example which is very explanatory. So if I today create an illusion that this sari that I am wearing is me, then I am in sari consciousness. So if you think something is me, then that defines your consciousness. Your sense of who you are is your consciousness. And let's say that if I create an illusion today that this sari is me, then my life will become very difficult because this sari is open to comparison. This sari is open to, some kind of degradation. So, it can get torn, it can get dirty, and then it is ultimately open to complete destruction. So the sari is destroyable. So if I create this illusion that I am the sari, then I am also open to comparison. I am open to some kind of hurt or some kind of dirt or something, and then I'm also open to destruction. So if I create this illusion, then I feel that I got hurt, I got dirty, someone is better than me, or I got destroyed. Whereas it was just the sari, and because I created the illusion that I am the sari, all the things that were happening to the sari started affecting me. Yes, so now let's say I wear this sari and go to the street, and then I meet someone and their sari is better than my sari. Then what do I say? They are better than me. But actually it is not so. It is just the sari that is better than my sari. But because now I've created the illusion this is me, so suddenly they are better than me. So this is what happens when you create an illusory consciousness. And Baba says, what have we created as individuals? We started believing that I am the body. And then because the body and things associated with the body, they are amenable to change, they are amenable to comparison, criticism, they are amenable to rise, fall, everything. So we also started feeling that I am amenable to all of these because I thought I am the body. Now when you say body consciousness is not limited to the body. Now you see, what is the body? The body has a gender, the body has an age, a height, a weight, a skin color. So all of these things are aspects of the body. So when you identify with your skin color, you say I am dark, or you say I am fair, or you say I am fat, or I am thin, or I am tall or short, or you say I am a youth, or I am an old elderly person. All this is body consciousness. Now you are not the body. Your body is fat, thin, dark, fair, tall, short, or elderly, or you young, but you are the soul. But when you start saying having body consciousness, then you start defining yourself with your physical aspects. So how much body consciousness do you have? Yes, so can you see that we are so body conscious, and if the body is not well, then you say I am ill or I am sick, but you are not sick. The body is going through a temporary phase of illness and you are fine, you are the soul. But although we listen to Gyan every day, this thing seeps in very, very gradually, and we are full of body consciousness, 63 births of body consciousness. And then you see it is not limited to just the body. It extends to things that you have acquired through this body. Yes, so I am an engineer or a doctor, or I'm successful, not successful, or I'm a Hindu or a Muslim, or I am a Brahmin or a Shudra or anything. These things are also related to the body because you get them by birth. So these aspects of body which relate to your attainments and accomplishments and what you acquired through the body in terms of religion and culture and caste, these also are aspects of body consciousness. And then there is role consciousness. I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a friend, I am I'm a neighbor, I am a citizen. So these are also aspects of body consciousness. And then, so the question here is, we are living in a context. Yes, so I am a soul, but I live in a context. So obviously, there is a gender context. Yes, I am a soul, I am genderless, but I have a body which has a gender. Yes, I am a soul, I am free from nationality and religion and other stuff, but then I live in a country and there is a religion that is practiced around me. So all of that is there. Now, when we say body consciousness, what does that practically mean? So, are we supposed to forget I am a man or a woman, or are we supposed to forget the nation that we live in, or are we supposed to forget the roles that are assigned to me? Do I stop being a mother or a child or a daughter or a sister or a brother? Do I stop being all of that? So that is the primary question. So what Baba says about being soul conscious is not about how it's not about what you do, it's about the consciousness you do that in. So you still have to live in this body, you still have to perform those very roles, you still have to work with those labels, but don't let it affect your emotional state. So when you see yourself in those identities, it starts affecting your emotional state. So let me give you a very simple example. One soul is having an illness of the body. Yes? And you take that soul to the doctor. You think you are the mother or the father, and then you take them to the doctor, and the doctor doesn't think he's the father or the mother. So he's seeing the same illness, he's treating that illness, and he's doing it dispassionately or compassionately. Yes, and you are with that soul. You may not even be treating that illness, you may not be doing anything for it, but you are getting emotional about it, and then you are experiencing sorrow yourself, and also creating sorrow in the heart of the other one. You are taking sorrow and giving sorrow. So it is not recommended that if somebody is going through a phase of physical illness, you abandon them because you are soul conscious. That is not what is being recommended. You fulfill your duty, but you do it in a dispassionate or a compassionate fashion. So you, the soul, have a mind and a buddhi. So the man creates the feelings, and the buddhi creates the image, or so the buddhi holds the picture of whatever you are faced with, and the buddhi concentrates and focuses on what there is to focus on. So Baba says, your focus will change. The way you visualize the whole thing will change. The feelings you create, the thoughts you create in that situation will change if you consider yourself to be a soul. And in the same scenario, if you consider yourself to be a body, your man and buddhi will work in a different way. So you will start focusing on the bad, you will start focusing on the problems because you are attached to the situation, and you will create thoughts and feelings of fear and worry. So this is how you, the soul, in soul consciousness, use your man and buddhi differently compared to the scene where you are in body consciousness. So just like when you put your body in a certain position, then the way you use your hands and legs will change. Yes, so similarly, the organs of the soul, the man, buddhi and sanskars, the way you use them, which sanskars you use, how you use your man and buddhi will change when you are in soul consciousness. And Baba says, when you are in body consciousness, then you will experience or you will create thoughts of comparison, jealousy, anger, ego, all of this stuff. But when you are in soul consciousness, you will not create these set of thoughts and feelings. You will create sets of thoughts and feelings which are compassionate in nature, which are proactive, not reactive, which are doing good to the situation or the person in terms of making it better, not worsening it with worry and fear. So this is why Baba says, whenever you experience lust, anger, ego, attachment and greed, the root is body consciousness. Now, how do you understand that the root of lust, ego, anger, attachment and greed is body consciousness? You see, we have the sanskar of lust, but do you create thoughts of lust for everyone? No. Your buddhi discerns and decides. When you are body consciousness, your buddhi discerns and decides where your lust is allowed and where it is not allowed. Yes, so who are you allowed to have lustful thoughts about and who you are not allowed to have lustful thoughts about? And what is that based on? That is based on belief systems. So, you know, this certain age, this certain gender, this certain class, this certain section, you can have lustful thoughts about, and you are not allowed to have lustful thoughts about the others. And then because of that filter, you can actually control who you have lustful thoughts about and who you don't have about. So Baba says, when you are soul conscious, you remember your nature is purity. Purity is your original religion. And then you understand that this sanskar of lust you created only after 2500 years of birth and rebirth. So only in the copper age you created that. And everybody around you is a soul, and we are all soul brothers and soul sisters in that sense. And then when you sit in this awareness, your buddhi discerns accordingly. Your sanskar of purity is in an emerged state, and then you don't get lustful thoughts about anybody because you remember they are my soul brother or soul sister. So you see how consciousness affects how your buddhi functions and how you discern and decide, and accordingly which sanskar within you is emerged. Now you just look at anger. Do you go about shouting at everybody? You go shout at your boss. Yes, so even if you are angry, you know who you can shout at, who you cannot shout at, who you can express before in terms of facial expressions. And you even know that sometimes you don't even have to express it on the face. And we are so good at this discernment and decision making based on body consciousness. So you know where your anger is allowed and where it is not allowed. And when you are soul conscious, you remember your religion is peace, and your religion is peace means it is your religion to stay peaceful and make peaceful. So even if somebody is angry, what you give them is what you have. And that your religion is to stay peaceful and create peace. Your religion is to create an environment of peace, extend a behavior of peace. So when you are seated in your original religion, that is, you remember who you are, what your religion is, you are soul conscious, then you can stay peaceful and exhibit peaceful behavior in situations where you would otherwise get angry in body consciousness. Yes, so this is why Baba says that body consciousness is the biggest illness, because when you are body conscious, then your mind and your intellect function in a way where you allow your negative sanskars to emerge, because you make that discernment, you take that decision, and you allow your mind to be affected or influenced by negative sanskars. So this is how Baba says the biggest illness is body consciousness. So did you know this before you came to Gyan? So you thought people are the problem, you thought situations are the problem, and this is why you externalize the problem and externalize the solution. So, whenever you want to treat an illness, the most important step is the diagnosis. And if the problem is not diagnosed well, then you can spend years together trying to treat the problem and it doesn't get treated. So this is why when Baba comes, in Hindu culture, you call Shiva Vaidyanath. So what is Vaidyanath? The supreme surgeon. And Baba says, I am the supreme doctor or the supreme surgeon. And this is why when I come, I give you the proper and accurate diagnosis of what the illness is truly about. And Baba says, when you diagnose the problem, then treating it becomes very easy. So your problem is not people or behavior or circumstances. It is your body consciousness, because when you are in body consciousness, then you are identifying with the external world, and then the external world has power over you, which is it makes you react. It has the ability to influence you in a negative way. And when you are in soul consciousness, then you have power over the external world. So it's not about who is more powerful, it is about which consciousness you are in. So Baba says, when you are in soul consciousness, you are more powerful than Maya. And when you are in body consciousness, then Maya is more powerful than you. So you are the table turner. You are the one who decides who is more powerful. So Baba says, sweet children, the biggest illness is body consciousness. It was through this illness that there was the downfall. Now, in the Murli today, Baba is explaining that people sing the glory of Bharat. So people sing praises about the glory of Bharat, and it is said that Bharat was the golden sparrow, and then you say that in Christianity it is said that 3,000 years before Christ, India was heaven. So Baba says that this kind of a glory was what Bharat experienced. And then there was the downfall. But Baba says that nobody understands how this downfall took place. You go and ask any person on the street, if Bharat was the golden sparrow, then why are we in this kind of a state today? So where did all that go? Where did all that go, or how did we lose that? So Baba says you had a downfall because you became body conscious. So you remember that you must have heard stories about many people who became addicts, and then they spent all their wealth on some addiction. Yes, so they just sabotaged everything because they had running behind that addiction. It could be alcohol, it could be anything. It could be lust, it could be alcohol, it could be other stuff. So Baba says, you as a whole society, you as a whole civilization, you became body consciousness, you became body conscious, and then you went into lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. And this well of lust, ego, anger, attachment, and greed is such that you put everything into it and it doesn't get filled. So in body consciousness, you never experienced contentment, whereas contentment is your own very nature. And then you squandered everything after that. And in the Murli today, Baba talks about the relevance of time. And he talks about time as a resource. And just think about how many minutes or hours in a day are you wasting after lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. So these vices have made us waste time, waste money, waste energy, waste thought, and we are wasting everything behind these vices because we have forgotten I am a complete and contented soul. And you have wasted everything after this for so many births, and today Bharat is what it has become. So now what Baba says is you become you shift from body consciousness to soul consciousness, and then remember you are happy, you are contented, you are a worthy soul, you are a full soul, you are a complete soul. And when you remember all of this, then what you do is you, instead of making it all about how to get from people, places, and things, you start giving. And then, just like in taking, you finish the resources, in giving, you multiply. Okay, so this is what Baba is telling us, that it was through this illness that there was the downfall. Therefore, now become soul conscious. And when you become soul conscious, instead of becoming a beggar or a snatcher, you become a giver. And when you become a giver, the resources multiply. How much does it take for you to shift from unhappy to happy? You see, and these days people say that I have this nature where I'm not very easily pleased. Yes, so whenever they say I'm very, I think they say fastidious or something for this, and they say that I am not easily pleased and that is my nature, then I say, good for you. Then how much does it take to please yourself? So, you watch an entire movie of 3 hours, or you are watching hours of some streaming show, or you are talking to so many people, or you're buying so much, you are doing so much of online and offline shopping, and then for what? For that happiness. So you are wasting so much of time, energy, and money for what? To experience one happiness which is a thought away. And when you are soul conscious, you know you are happy. So Baba says, this is how you have become a beggar from a prince. So you had so much and then you wasted everything after this body conscious ways of lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. So Baba says, now become soul conscious. Remember who you are and start operating according to your original religion. And what is your original religion? You are wise, you are peaceful, you are loveful, you are happy, you are powerful, you are blissful, and you are pure. Now the question today is, when will you children reach your Karmatit stage? So what is Karmatit stage? So Karmatit stage is when what you do doesn't affect you. So you could do or not do, and in both the situations you are the same. So you are completely uninfluenced by your surroundings, your actions, everything. So even if you are working for 8 hours physical labor, you will not feel tired. Or if you are sitting just idle for the whole day, you will not feel tired. So, or you are engaging with the apparently most contradictory sanskars compared to your sanskars, you will not get messed up or upset. So that is the Karmatit stage. Now, Karmatit stage, Brahma Baba experienced the Karmatit stage, and there are souls who were in and around Brahma Baba at that time, and how they described his Karmatit stage was that he would listen to entire conversations. So let's say a sister is giving him the service news about what's going on in in Baba's seva for half an hour, and then Baba could just listen to everything for 5 minutes and gauge what's going on. So you become so intuitive and so beyond sound that you don't even have to listen to the whole stuff, let alone be affected. You don't even have to listen to the whole thing to figure out what's going on. So this kind of a Karmatit stage we all aspire for, and that is the Lakshya. So why are we here? We want to reach the Karmatit stage before the Vinash Leela starts, because the Vinash Leela will be a time when everything will be in turbulence and you will not have control over anything. So the only way to control what is uncontrollable is to not get affected by it. So when you are in the Karmatit stage, then you can pass the Vinash Leela in an unaffected state and claim your birthright to the golden aged sovereignty, because the stage in which you leave the body will define what stage you come back in. Okay, so this is what. Now, when will you reach that Karmatit stage? So the answer is, when you gain victory over the suffering of karma with the power of yoga, and when you become completely soul conscious. So I will break this sentence and explain. First thing is the suffering of karma. So you see, we have done 63 births of Vikarma, and 63 births we have taken in body consciousness, and we have operated under the influence of lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed, creating bad karma. Yes, giving sorrow, taking sorrow. We have wounded hearts and wounded our own hearts also. Now, all that karma is going to come back to us. It is coming back to us. The coronavirus is a product of karma. Yes, how we have treated the elements of nature is coming back to us. How we have treated human beings around us is coming back to us in terms of loneliness. Most people suffer from loneliness these days because you have not given love, so you can't receive love. That is karma. So nobody loves me, nobody cares for me. This is karma. The environment is not protecting me, it has turned against me. This is karma. And then the own body. So you see, these days, even if you take utmost care of the body, sometimes the body will fail you because you have abused the body for pleasure. Yes, so operating under lust, ego, anger, attachment, and greed, there is a lot of abuse that we have subjected the body to. So Baba says that these things will come up in the form of physical illnesses, in the form of situations which are very unfavorable, in the form of behaviors that are very hostile. So all these things will come up. So that is the suffering of karma. Now what Baba says today is, you have to gain victory over the suffering of karma with the power of yoga. So whenever there is an illness, there is a bad behavior, there is a hostile environment, there is a non-conducive environment, how do you deal with it? Do you again start getting upset or angry or start complaining and criticizing? Or do you remember you are a soul, pull up your virtues, pull up your powers, and with that power of yoga, with that power of tolerance, and I can face, I can tolerate, and I have to respond with love and peace and happiness, do you deal with the situation? So these accounts are coming up for settlement. Now, I will give you a very mundane example which will make you understand this better. So sometimes, when somebody walks up to your door and asks you to pay the loan that is outstanding, what you do is you immediately take another loan and pay back the first loan. Yes, you call somebody, say, can I borrow from you? And then you give this money to this person. Now what happens is, this only increases your loan. So Baba says, what you do is, to settle past accounts, you create new accounts. So you are going through a phase of illness. What you are doing is, you are taking a lot of painkillers, you are getting irritated, you are lying in the bed, no mobility, no exercise because that is too much of discomfort. And then what happens is, this is paving the way for more illness in the future. So what you do is, when there is a physical illness, you pull yourself up, do some exercise, pull up your endurance, don't take too many painkillers, remember Baba, stay cheerful, don't annoy and irritate many people when you are in illness, don't create bad karma, and then you just let it pass. And every karmic settlement has this nature. It comes, it persists for a while, and then it leaves. But what you do while it persists matters. And while it persists, if you are operating with the power of yoga and you are in soul consciousness, then you are settling it. And if you are in body consciousness and you are not operating with the power of yoga, but are rather reacting in that situation, then you are multiplying it or aggravating it. And then, instead of going closer to the Karmatit stage, you are going further and further away from it. So Baba says, this illness of body consciousness is the biggest illness. It is through this illness that the world has become impure. So because of the vices, we are in this situation. And then if you again react with vices, then that is not going to make the situation better. Become soul conscious and you will have happiness an intoxication, and your behavior will be reformed. So I told you that you will use your man and buddhi differently when you are in soul consciousness. And how will you use your man and buddhi? So Baba says you will have happiness, you will stay intoxicated, that is, you will have zeal and enthusiasm, and your behavior will be reformed when you are in soul consciousness. Okay, Om Shanti. So this is it for today. So let's meditate for some time. Again, come back to the awareness of your true form and your true nature. I am the light. I am the seed. I am the seed of this life. Look at yourself. You are the tiny seed sitting behind the eyes. This body is just a branch in the tree of life. Your roles, your relationships are the other branches in this tree of life. And you, the soul, are the seed. You are the one, the empowering, the nurturing, and the energizing force in this tree of life. Spend some time to water yourself. Open your heart and allow Baba's wisdom, the light of Baba's love and power to flow into you. I, the seed, soak in the water of Baba's love and wisdom and power into myself. This is my time to refill myself so that I can sustain my branches during the day. sit with your heart open and allow Baba's strength, light and might to flow into you. Just sit in this awareness for some time.